Welcome, my dear learners, to another exciting episode on this very channel. Remember, we are still on set, and today we are looking at rationalization of set. Rationalization of set. Say it after me. Rationalization of set. What is it actually? So when we talk about rationalization of set, it's simply the method of removing set from the denominators of a fractional set. Now, what this means is that when we have 1 over, let's say, root of 3. This is a fractional set. Our intention is to make the denominator, which is what a set, to be a whole number. And when we do that, then we say that we have rationalized this fractional set. So in doing so, what we are going to do is that we are going to multiply both the numerator, this is the numerator, by the denominator of the fractional set. So with this, we are going to have 1 over root of 3. We are going to multiply the numerator and then the denominator by the denominator of the fraction. Multiply both top and down by the denominator of the fraction. And then we simplify. So 1 times 3 will give us root of 3. And this will give us what? 3 power 2. So we have root of 3 all over 3. Very, very easy. So when you have, let's say, 2 over root of, let's say, 5 over root of, let's say, 5 root of, let's say, 7. And we are to rationalize this. What we are going to do is, we are going to multiply the numerator by the denominator of the fractional set. And then you simplify 5 times root of 7. Then we have root of 7 squared. And then you simplify. That is how we do it. We multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator of the set, of the fraction. Very, very easy and simple. So let's take some few examples and then see how it goes. So we have examples. So let's take these few examples and then we continue. Is that clear? Good. So we have the first example. We have our solution. The first example we are to rationalize 2 over root of 7. Our intention is to make the denominator, which is a set, to become a whole number. Is that clear? Good. So in doing so, what we are going to do is we are going to multiply the top and down by the denominator of the fraction. So the denominator is what? With 7. And then after that, we simplify. So 2 times root of 7 will give us 2 root of 7. With 7 times with 7 will give us root of 7 all squared. And this is going to give us, this will cancel, then we have 2 with 7 all over 7. Very, very easy. Rationalization of set is very, very simple and then easy. Let's try the next example. We have 2 root of 3 all over root of 5. So what do? Our denominator is root of what? 5. So we are going to multiply the top and down by root of 5. Is that clear? So we are going to get 2 root of 3 all over root of 5. Then we multiply the top and down by root 5. And then we simplify. So we are going to get 2 times 1. And then we multiply those in the bracket. We have 3 times 5. So the down we are going to get root of what? 5 squared. So this and that will go. We are left with 2 root of what? 15 all over 5. Very, very easy and simple. Pause the video and then try your hands on example 3. So with this very example, we have 3 minus 3 over root of 2. Now we have a fractional set here, so we can rationalize this very part. But this one, we have to leave it because we don't have a set beneath. Good. So we are going to get 3 minus 3 over root of 2. So multiply the top and down by the denominator. So we are going to get 3 minus 3 root 2. Now this one will give us what? Root 2 squared. Good. Let's continue from here. So we are going to get 3 minus 3 root 2 all over what? 2. We are done. Our intention is to make what? The denominator of the fractional set a whole number. And we are done with it. You can continue and then simplify, but you can leave your answer in the drawer form. Now the last example we have this. Good. So we have 1 plus root of 2 all over root of what? 2. So we have a fractional set. Our intention is to make the denominator of this fraction a whole number because this one is a set or an irrational number. Good. So we are going to multiply the top and down. The top and down by the denominator of this very fraction. So we are going to get, we have to expand and simplify. Sorry. So we are going to use this root 2 to multiply the whole of that. We are going to get root 2 times 1 will give us root 2. Root 2 times root 2 will give us root 2 all squared. And then this will also give us root 2 all squared. So we are going to get, let me see, we are going to get root 2 plus this will cancel this, we have 2, and this will also cancel this, we have 2. So this gives us root 2 plus 2 all over 2. Very, very easy and then simple. Good. Now we are moving to expression of this very form. So when you have an expression of this very form, let's say with a plus or minus root of what? B. Now you realize that we have a fractional set with two sets, right? With a plus with b. Now to rationalize set of this very form, we are going to multiply the top and down by the conjugate of the denominator. Conjugate of the denominator. So let's take it that you have root of a plus root of b. Now the conjugate of root of a plus root of b is root of a minus root of b. What we are going to do is to change the sign to negative, and that is all. Now when you have, let's say, root of a minus root of b, the conjugate or its conjugate is root a plus what? Root b. That is all what you need. Just change the sign if it is negative to positive, and this becomes the conjugate of this. So questions of this nature, we are going to multiply the top and down by the conjugate of the denominator. So with this, we are going to multiply the top by the conjugate. The conjugate of this is root a minus root what b. Then we have root a minus root b. And then we expand and simplify. Very, very easy. Now, before we progress, let me also introduce you to difference of two squares because it plays a major role and very useful at this very point. Now, let's take it that you have a plus b, then make it minus a minus b, and then a plus b. Now we have two brackets multiplying. We have a minus b, a plus b. This is difference of two squares. So instead of this is difference of two squares. So instead of disintegrating the first bracket and multiplying each term in the first bracket by the second bracket, it is much easier to square the first number or letter and then subtract it from the square of the second number or letter. So let's take it that you have 2 minus 3 and then 2 plus 3. Now what is this means that we are going to square 2 and then we square what? 3. So when you simplify, you are going to get 4 minus 9 and that gives you minus 5. Now let's expand and simplify and see. When we expand, we are going to get 2 times 2 give you 4. We are going to get plus 6 minus 6 and then what? Minus 9. So we are going to get this and that will cancel, or let me do it like this. This will give us 10 minus what? 15. And 10 minus 15 gives us what? Minus 5. They are the same. So this gives us a shortcut method to this very expansion. Are you following? Very good. This trick is very, very useful at this very point. So keep that one in mind. Good. So let's take example and then see how. So we have example 1. Let's take it that you have 5 all over root of 2 plus root of 3. We are to rationalize this very set. Now, as I said earlier on, rationalization means we want to make the denominator of this rational set a whole number. With this, we are having a set or irrational numbers. We want to make these denominators whole numbers. So looking at this, what we are going to do is that we are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So we have to first identify our denominator. Our denominator is root of 2 plus root of 3. Then we have to find its conjugate. So the conjugate of the denominator is what? Root of 2 minus root of what? 3. Good. So we are going to use this to multiply the top and down of this very fraction. So we are going to get 5 all over root of 2 plus root of what? 3. Then we multiply it by the conjugate. Good. Then after that, we simplify. So we have 5 times root 2 give us 5 root 2. 5 times minus root 2 give us minus 5 root 3. Sorry, root 3. Then we have, now looking at this, root 2 plus root 3 times root 2 minus root 3. Now this is the same as this. Those who don't have eyes, root 2 plus root 3 root 2 minus root 3. This is what? Difference of two squares. So what are we going to do? We are just going to square this and then we square that and then we are good to go. Good. So always we take the negative part, okay? So let's take the negative part and then we square them. So we have 2, we square it, we count for the root 3, we square it. So we are going to get 5 root 2 minus 5 root 3 all over. Now the square will cancel the radicals and we are left with what? 2 minus the square will cancel the radicals and we are left with what? 3. So this is giving us 5 root of 2 minus 5 root of 3 all over. 2 minus 3 will give us minus 1. So you can just make it minus and then plus. Very, very easy and then simple. Now those who want to go through the stress of expanding these two items, let's see how that one also goes. So this is our answer, right? So at this very point, somebody may say, no, I don't want the shortcut. I want to expand. So let's expand the denominator. So we have root of 2 plus root of 3 multiplying root of 2 plus, root of 2 minus root of 3. So we have to expand the bracket. Root 2 times root 2 give us what? Root 4. Root 2 times minus root 3 give us minus root of 6. Then we have, plus root 3 times root 2 give us root 6. This time that will give us minus root of what? 9. Root of 4 will give us 2. This will give us 0, right? This will give us 3. And we have negative 1. So that is what we had at this very point, negative 1 here. You see, this one provides a very shortcut method for the expansion. Let's take our last example and then we run out of here. So we have our last example. We have to simplify 1 minus root of 2, 1 plus root of 2. So what we are going to do is we are going to multiply both top and down by the conjugate of the denominator. So we are going to have 1 minus root of 2 all over 1 plus what? Root of 2. So the conjugate of this is what? 1 minus root of 2. This is the conjugate of the denominator. So you are going to use this to multiply top and down. So we are just going to multiply. 1 times 1 will give us 1, right? 1 times minus root of 2 give us minus 2 root 2. Minus root 2 times 1 will give us minus root 2. And again will give us positive. This will give us root of what? 2 squared or 4. Then after that, you can see the down or the denominators, we are having difference of 2 squared. So we are going to pick the negative side and then we square them. So we square 1 minus we square what? Root of 2. So the rest is just simplification. So we are going to get 1 minus root 2 minus root 2 give us minus 2 root 2. And then this will cancel the radicals and we are left with what? Plus 2 all over. 1 square will give us 1 minus This will cancel the radicals and we are left with what? 2. Good. So we are going to get 1 plus 2 give us 3 minus 2 with what? 2 all over minus 1. So you can rewrite it as minus and then plus. Very, very easy and then simple. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. I'm going to give you some few tutorial questions and then you try your hands on it. So this brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you next week. Bye bye.